Oh, wow. It's High Priestess Jamila's actual real voice. I wanted to upload this video real quick, and I wanted to kind of talk a little bit to the normal people who possibly have been following me for years, that are sitting here looking at the totally weirdness of the situation, the constant back and forth, this group of people who, it's almost like they take turns, but, what I realize is that they are factually living out their childhood trauma. And what we're seeing a manifestation of is possibly their mothers and elders not necessarily knowing how to remove entities from them. I mean, honestly, even if you're a Christian or if you're pagan and you are removing a negative entity or spirit from someone or healing them, it doesn't matter what religion you are. It's all about what is in your heart. I feel like a lot of those people were pretty much raised without love. That's obvious, right? Yeah. It was a void in the area of love. But what I wanted to come on here to tell you guys is that it is very alarming. It really is. And I don't pretend that it's not alarming. However, what I wanted to come on here to assure you guys is that I am more than prepared to deal with these people. And another thing is that to me, it's over. To me, it's over completely. I've gotten closure on it. But straight up and down, I will break them all. I'll break them all. They don't have no power over me. Now, there's been several different things that they have been up to spiritually: psychic vampirism, destiny swapping, trying to psychically attack, lie, do a smear campaign, a little bit of MK Ultra programming. These people have no power. Obviously, you know the saying that God is going to only give you what God knows that you can handle, and that's the truth. Really, to be honest with you, I have no real emotion about it. It's totally ridiculous. Like, these people have been given their walking papers a long time ago, and it seems like it is constant. Now, you tell me, what is more ridiculous than a person that would stalk somebody around the internet, making up lies about them doing smear campaigns? What is that? And then getting upset when it doesn't work, getting upset when it actually does not tear down a person's life. I mean, surely I am rebuilding my business. However, I'm going to tell you something. There are a lot of people that would not have survived what I went through. They don't call me High Priestess Jamila for nothing. I think it's ridiculous. I really do. And I think that if you are a fully grown man and you feel comfortable with behaving that way, there's got to be something missing somewhere in your marbles. or either lack of intelligence. I believe it's lack of intelligence. I do. Not even gonna lie. It's embarrassing. All of those people that have been doing what they're doing should be embarrassed. That's embarrassing when you just it's disgusting. And I think that there are times when people truly lose their mind and they possibly need to go and get some mental help. So, it's ridiculous. A bunch of grown men in social media that clearly have problems and trauma when it involves verbal abuse. Very irresponsible. Yeah, I wouldn't be the first woman in this world that may have been negatively affected by an irresponsible male, especially. That is so freaking irresponsible for you, instead of going and getting the help that you need, for you to be in social media every single day for 10, 13, 14 years straight, yelling and screaming at a woman and her children, when all I'm doing, basically, any and all sickness, any and all death, destruction, any and all stress is being promptly sent back. I'm not going to really talk about destiny swapping with this video. I am going to do a separate video about destiny swapping. But I think that subconsciously that's what's been going on here. Obviously, I don't have a problem with attraction or people wanting me. I have so far I've had 2 viral channels. My other channel had over 6 million views on it, my Terry Cloth 97. This channel, the only reason why it doesn't have 6 million views on it by now or more is simply because of all the false flagging. So it's really interesting that the whole destiny swapping thing. But then when you're dealing with people that really are not intelligent enough to understand what it is that they're trying to steal, for them to reduce it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's been times in social media where these people have went live all day, and I mean, there's been fights, there's been all kinds of craziness that they have done, all while screaming and yelling my name, which I have nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with my destiny. But screaming and yelling my name while earning little to nothing. So if they were really destiny swapping, they would all have way more money than what they have, which is what they want, but they can't get it. For me, what I've been focusing on is survival, which you can't just stay in survival mode. At some point, there has to be an end game. And we've reached the end game a long time ago. Even before I moved back to Kansas City, it was end game. It was end game. It was actually end game back in 2021. So I don't care. I have absolutely no problem with a group of black people that don't like me. I don't care. I honestly don't. You know? The problem has been them trying to cause other people to somehow hate me, which is very childish. It really is. But there's obviously the way that some people operate. Again, I'm unbothered by it. I'm going to tell you why I'm unbothered by it. I've been unbothered by it because I know how this ends. Sorry, I know exactly what's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen for me, and I know exactly what's going to happen to the perpetrators. All of them. So I wanted to come and give you guys some reassurance with that. Um, in fact, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have been able to handle a lot of the stress that I went through, but a lot of you just don't realize that you can handle it. I would not be the first person. You may be a person listening to this video that has went through that, but the only difference is that typically people that are doing things like that are more quiet about it. They're not out in the open. So you never know what you can handle. Many of you guys that are under spiritual attack have the same activity going on. It's just not being done in your face. Okay. All right, guys. I just wanted to come and give y'all that nightcap. Blessed